faithfully delivering value, interpreting great books worldwide. Hello, this is Sally Talks Books. This episode covers Impromptu Speaking, Mastering Life's Key Moments, a practical book that teaches how to handle speeches easily in various situations. The author is Judith Humphrey. Next, I'll share how to express yourself fluently in different settings and communicate effectively with others. Impromptu speaking, as the name suggests, is talking that happens right now. It's not just formal speeches, but also includes everyday work and life conversations. This communication style is becoming mainstream in today's business world. The flattening of modern companies and internet spread make communication between people more direct and convenient, anytime, anywhere. But this doesn't mean we can just blurt out thoughts without thinking. In fact, many real-life examples show that conversations based on feelings often lack focus and go off track. Awkward chats with your boss in the break room also fail to make a strong impression. In impromptu moments, quick and clear thinking plus expression are skills everyone must master. In this book, author Humphrey offers a full methodology for impromptu speaking from 4 aspects: mindset, speech, template situations, and rehearsal techniques, making practice easy. Managers who struggle with words can gain specific ways to boost leadership and personal charm from this. The workplace newbies can also learn impromptu communication tricks to improve their skills. The author, Judith Humphrey, is a well-known Canadian speaker and communication leadership expert who founded a top training company in North America. Over 30 years, the Humphrey Group has guided thousands to confidently handle every talk, spark ideas, earn respect, and boost their career edge. Next, I'll outline the book's 4 key points. Starting with part 1, many think successful speaking relies on external stuff like words and posture, but actually, to express yourself easily and naturally anytime. First, you need to get your mindset ready. That mainly includes things like the desire to influence others and a listening, focused attitude, stay sincere, focused, and respectful towards others. When we describe someone as influential, they often help others form their own views or make people around them feel the beauty in work or life, inspiring them to work together. This is crucial for building strong interpersonal relationships. The author once met a young woman who, hoping to build a good relationship with an internal client, deliberately changed her morning route to her desk to pass by the client's desk and greet her. At first, the client was cold, but over time, she nodded and smiled, agreeing to have dinner together. As a form of face-to-face communication, it allows for better emotional exchange and trust building, making it a great self-promotion opportunity. So, even a brief greeting, with the awareness to keep communicating, can help us better influence others and boost workplace impact. Good speakers not only exert influence outwardly, but also know how to listen to others. Conversation. Before starting, find a quiet space where you won't be interrupted and stop checking your phone, or it could ruin the conversation's depth and flow. Pay attention to your own and the other person's body language. Turn your body towards the speaker and maintain eye contact. If the other person starts looking at their phone or their gaze wanders, it's time to adjust the pace or topic. Also, be intentional with purposeful questions to help the other person shape their own opinions. For instance, you could ask something like, "I heard you have a new idea. Tell me more. What other factors did you consider?" etc. Taking notes by hand helps us follow the speaker's thoughts, stay undistracted, note key points, and always stay sincere, focused, and respectful. This isn't just talk. Such an attitude can greatly strengthen trust and connection with our audience. To maintain sincerity, start by sharing real personal stories. Usually, such stories are down to earth and easily resonate with listeners. Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey once shared a story in a speech that when Twitter was new, his own mother thought it was a texting service and would ask him on the public platform when he was coming home for dinner. After telling this story, The whole room laughed, and everyone listened more attentively. So, how do you stay focused when speaking? Ensure the speech content is focused, highlights the theme clearly, instead of bombarding the audience with endless information without key points. And be careful not to become the kind of person Churchill described. Someone who, doesn't know what to say before getting up, doesn't know what they're saying while speaking, and after finishing, sits down without remembering what they just said. Respecting others requires us to speak from the audience's perspective, including leaders and colleagues, avoiding self centered expression. So, how do you stay on topic in a conversation without drifting away? This requires preparing in advance for a speech. This is what we'll cover in the second part. Suppose we're preparing for an impromptu speech now. There are three key steps that determine success or failure. First, gather information related to the topic. Second, understand the audience before and after the speech. Pay attention to their expectations and feedback. Third, familiarize yourself with basic speech templates. Whether preparation time is 3 days or 3 minutes, quickly organizing thoughts is crucial. Did you know the English word for impromptu is off the cuff, which literally means off the cuff? This originated long ago when people like to take notes on their shirt cuffs as prompts during speeches. This means that impromptu speaking, from its inception, has always involved preparation. Like Steve Jobs, who rarely read from a script during his speeches because he was well prepared, spent time practicing, and knew all about the product. Therefore, to prepare the content, we need to focus on the background, knowledge, and latest updates related to the topic, ensuring no factual errors. Daily insights and accumulation from other fields can also enrich our speeches. When civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. died, President Kennedy quoted the poetry of his favorite Greek poet in his eulogy. Thus, solid industry knowledge and rich cross-domain accumulation are both indispensable. During the process of organizing thoughts, maintaining dual channel helps convey the right message in the right way. This dual channel refers to thinking about what to say while considering what the audience wants to hear, like stereo sound, comprehensively analyzing issues, spending time beforehand to assess the audience's troubles, needs, and knowledge level. A Canadian civil servant once received such advice from his boss. Assume you have a PhD while your audience is still in elementary school. Following this principle, break down jargon and directly state what terms mean. Imagine analyzing charts for colleagues. Don't assume everyone understands numbers and lines. Just describe the visible ups and downs. You need to clearly explain what these numbers and trends represent. For example, when this curve rises, it means the situation is unfavorable for us. Ensure all listeners can follow your speech. Also remember to tailor your talking points for different audiences. Suppose you're a compensation manager. With team colleagues, emphasize the plan's benefits. With the boss, highlight how it attracts and retains talent to achieve your desired outcome. Finally, reflect afterward. Did you cover what the audience wanted? Ask for feedback to prepare better next time. To ensure preparedness, the book's author provides a speech script template with 4 elements: opening, key points, evidence, and call to action. Suppose you're reporting to your boss in a meeting. Let's see how to use this template effectively. First, find an appropriate hook, your conversation starter. You can pick up where the last person left off, or start from key points everyone cares about. For example, I know you're focused on Project X. Let me update you on its progress, then introduce your key points. Ideally, use one clear, positive sentence, like, current indicators show smooth project progress, giving clear reassurance. Next, support your point with evidence. For instance, team members working overtime, partners cooperating exceptionally well, etc. Sounds simple, right? Once you're familiar with this framework, You'll appear both organized and relaxed in every conversation. In part 3, the author lists common scenarios like meetings, job interviews, and social events where this speech template can be flexibly applied. Starting with meetings, here, be careful not to overwhelm listeners with information overload. The author once encountered a VP who presented like this during a meeting. Hello, everyone. Today I'm here to brief you on the latest economic situation. Perhaps you've seen in the media that numerous issues are challenging our bottom line. So, what exactly are these problems? European politics, real estate, market weakness, consumer debt, etc. It sounds okay initially, but gradually causes listeners to zone out. The improved version starts with, "Good morning, everyone," in the opening section. I know you're all interested in our company's business environment, and I'm pleased to give a brief economic update. For key points, the economic outlook is positive with accelerating recovery, great news for our insurance industry. In the evidence section, use a model describing situations and countermeasures, listing specific positive economic indicators. First, second, third, then explain how the company responded and benefited. Conclude by clearly stating, when forecasting next quarter, we must recognize these favorable conditions to boost performance. This creates a complete, clear meeting presentation. After hearing this, everyone understands our current situation and future prospects. Another crucial scenario requiring strong impromptu skills for self-presentation is job interviews. We need thorough preparation to stand out with targeted self-promotion. A co-founder of a multinational headhunting firm advises, study the job description, then precisely match your skills or experience to its requirements. During the interview, start the opening by thanking the interviewer and expressing interest in the position. Oh, then present your key points. I believe my past experience perfectly matches this position's requirements. Then I can use what I prepared earlier. Provide evidence for the traits and skills the position requires. For example, my academic background has given me a solid theoretical foundation. At my previous company, I participated in designing Project X and have several years of experience related to skill Y. I believe this is exactly what you need. Focus on connecting your education, work experience, and portfolio to the company's business, emphasizing relevance rather than reciting your entire history. Crucially, an interview isn't a presentation. You can't dominate the conversation. Adjust your script flexibly based on the interviewer's questions and pacing. But as long as you remember the key points and evidence pattern when introducing strengths, give concrete examples and numbers while hitting the job description's keywords. Then even if the order gets mixed up, it's fine. Finally, don't forget the call to action. Express enjoyment of the conversation, ask about next steps and expected feedback time. Brief encounters with executives or clients are prime opportunities to boost visibility through impromptu speaking. With limited time, we must be concise. So always ask yourself, if I meet the CEO or potential partner in an elevator, what impression do I want to leave? What product or work information should they know? For instance, when meeting a potential client, proactively introduce yourself. Hello, I'm name from company. I heard you're working on a branding campaign. I happen to handle promotion. I loved your last creative project. It aligns with our expertise. Hope we can collaborate in the future. The impression you want to leave evolves with your role. So keep this in mind. You'll always be ready for chance encounters. Never underestimate those 2-3 minutes of impression. When opportunities arise, leaders and clients will remember you first if you've mastered workplace communication. Let's chat about speaking appropriately in casual settings. For example, what should you say when giving a toast? There are 2 common scenarios: toasting someone at weddings or private celebrations, or giving impromptu speeches at ceremonies. When toasting someone, use their character traits or impact as your main point. Like Lao Zhang has always been loyal to friends, or share your relationship and express thanks. For instance, I've known Xiao Li over 10 years. We've been through many things, and I'm grateful for his constant help. One key point with real examples is enough. Being clear works much better than empty compliments. For ceremonial speeches, follow similar logic. Decide the key takeaway, then briefly organize supporting points. But always mentally rehearse, no matter how little prep time. Plan what to say, don't ramble randomly. These are ways to handle impromptu speeches. Next, I'll share rehearsal techniques for impromptu speeches covering language, voice, practice, and body language. For impromptu speaking, content matters, but how you express it requires careful consideration. Remember these four elements: clarity, conversational style, confidence, and constructiveness. When unclear, we tend to ramble or use confusing phrases. So, how to improve? Minimize jargon, use short sentences, and avoid vague or uncertain words. Drop phrases like, I guess I have this little immature thought. This creates clear, confident, spoken expression that's easy to understand. But what makes language constructive? Say we hope instead of I hope. Prioritize the team. Minimize negatives. Resist blurting no. Instead of no, I can't join, I'm busy, try I'd love to but have other plans, or could you come in 30 minutes? Encouraging others, acknowledging contributions, and emphasizing shared goals also drive positive outcomes. More and more people are recognizing the importance of voice. We often see in movies how speakers take a deep breath before approaching the mic because pauses, deep breaths, and steady breathing help signal to the brain your body is calm, you're ready to try. Practice smooth, deep breathing. Inhale, counting to 3. Exhale, counting to 3. Imagine your favorite scent surrounding you. With repeated practice, your body receives this signal, helping maintain appropriate volume and clear tone throughout your speech. A deep voice tone often sounds more persuasive, reliable, and profound. Brief pauses between key points not only ease tension but create rhythmic flow in your speech. Practical, space-aware tone. Ensure the farthest person in a meeting can hear you. But in an elevator conversation, lower your voice so only the other person hears. Be especially mindful. In large rooms, if speaking to someone across the space, walk over for face-to-face talk instead of shouting. Body language also impacts impressions. A TED speaker noted that confidence and power are visibly reflected in body language. To leave a positive, resolute impression, use open body language. Whether sitting or standing, keep chest out, head up. No slouching or looking down. Keep hands open rather than crossed, using simple gestures. Avoid rushing. No fidgeting, finger picking, or clothes rubbing. Eliminate these micro movements. Additionally, smile while making eye contact. Focus on one person at a time, but don't fixate. Aim for sustained eye contact with each conversation partner. This visual connection helps control the situation without feeling oppressive. In summary, poise delivery without stiffness. Project warmth, confidence, and grace. The author suggests recording your practice sessions for review and repeated refinement. That concludes the content of this book. Finally, let's summarize the knowledge shared in this episode. First, the mindset needed for impromptu speaking. Be influential, good at listening, and maintain sincerity, focus, and respect. Second, prepare thoroughly by familiarizing yourself with the basic speech template, including 4 elements: opening, key points, evidence, and call to action. Third, flexibly apply the speech template in different settings, using clear narration to guide the audience's thinking. Lastly, the 4th point, rehearse for impromptu speaking. Choose confident, action-oriented tone. Adjust breathing and volume. Use open body language, maintain eye contact, and smiles to maximize your impromptu speech impact. That's our interpretation of Impromptu Speaking, Mastering Life's Key Moments. Keynotes are below the audio. See you tomorrow.